basically, I took in, oops, shoot. Opening up my teeth here, and edit. And I brought them in, and remember I had pulled them and sculpted them, and sometimes I'd separated them. If I wanted to separate them, like I had the upper jaw here, I could always go to split to similar parts, because the upper gum was connected to the teeth. I actually did that for the lower teeth because when I was sculpting them, it got to a point where it was like, okay, I wanted to make a kind of a differentiation between them. And so what I want to do, and then what I did, remember, I went to geometry, and then I went to Z remesher, and I clicked Z remesher. I put it on half, and then I clicked Z remesher, and when I did that, it remeshed everything. And here, if I click Shift F, I can see it. It remeshed it so that the topology, the geometry, followed along with my where I've sculpted, right? So as I've added these ridges and everything and made it curve around the teeth here in the gums, when I clicked Z remesher, it's made the geometry go with that, and as I pulled the teeth along, it's just kind of made the geometry follow along the flow of where I've sculpted. So I've done that. But now that I've done that Z remesher, what I want to do, and I think that this is at a good enough poly to where I can take into Maya and animate with. It shouldn't be too dense, and it shouldn't be too little. I mean, unless I was making a video game. If I was making a video game, I wouldn't want it to be like this. I'd want it to be much lower. And so now at this point, what I want to do is, even though like I could click divide and make some texture maps for it, but I'm really not going to focus too much on this because it's teeth, and how often do we see them? So, but I do want to be able to make an actual image map, not a displacement map or a normal map or anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this out and bring it into Maya, and I'm going to UV map it, and then I'm going to bring it back into ZBrush and paint it and make a texture for it. So doing that out of ZBrush, if you remember, I can export. And if you're not at this stage, that's okay. I'm going to come around and help you guys. I just wanted to give you an indication of where to go. I know that we got a due date of like tomorrow or something for the teeth, and if we can't make that, if everybody's still trying to get through it, then that's okay. We'll push the date back. Okay. So I'm going to export, and this is going to be, I called it teeth OBJ. Is that right? I have an upper teeth here, OBJ, and I'm going to replace that. So that's my upper teeth. I'm going to replace it with this. I'm going to click Save. It's going to say, do I want to replace it? Yes, I do. And then I will select, that's with my upper teeth selected. Okay, so that happened. I'll expand my subtools. Remember, I had separated out my lower teeth. Like I got some here, and then some here, and then here, and then my gums. So my lower teeth here, I will go to, I'll click down to merge, and I'll say merge down, click OK, and then merge down, click OK, because I've separated these out, and then merged down one more time. So now the lower teeth are merged with the gums. I can see them here. They're selected. I have Shift F on so I can see their topology. I also did a Z-remesher on all this. And now I want to export those out at the same time. So I will go to Export. And with this OBJ, it's lower teeth OBJ. I'm going to go ahead and select that and click Save. It'll ask me, do I want to replace it? Yes, I do. So I've replaced it. So if I open up Maya, yes, that's up here. Here, I'll show you. Right up here where it says Tool, top right, you got Load Tool and Save As, and then you got Import and Export. Right up here in the top right, Export. I just overwrote the same OBJ that I imported in here, upper teeth and lower teeth. I just overwrote it because I don't need those anymore. I've made this like the way that I want it now. Unless you're like not wanting that, you know, maybe you're not, if you're not happy with what you've done, you don't have to replace it. You can create a new one and then see if you can figure it out later, like which one you'll stick with.
So we're doing the upper and lower separate?
Yep. We want them to be separate objects because they will be animated separately in Maya. So I have these open in Maya. I'll click OK. And let's see, I have a file here that should be here it is, eyes and teeth. Here it is. And I can see where I have, let's see, channel box. I'll make my body mesh not visible. And I'm going to go ahead and just click and drag here where my teeth are that I've created initially. And they're like really low poly. I mean, I could stick with them, but I'm just going to delete them because I like what I've made. So I've deleted my teeth that I already had here in the Maya scene. If you like yours, you can keep them, and you don't have to delete them. I'm going to go to File, Import, and here I have my files of type I want on OBJ, and I will go ahead and select upper teeth .obj and import that. There we go. I'll go back to File, Import, lower teeth.obj. And there we go. I brought them in. And they're in the same place. And at this point, I want to UV map them. Now, if you're not anywhere where I am, that's okay. I'm going to go around and help people after I'm done with this demo. But I wanted to make this video to show people, like if they're ahead or when you guys are able to get to it. So here I'll go to, let's see, I'm going to change my workspace to UV editing. Did it show it to me? Yeah, here it'll show my UV editor. And I should have UV toolkit here on the right. And I can see that I don't have any UVs at all here for my upper teeth. When I have it selected, there's no UVs that show up. Remember we did UVs last semester or the semester before, and it'll be okay. We're going to make it really simple. So I'm just going to go ahead and click Create Automatic, and that'll create them. And that's okay. I'm not crazy about it. It's got seams all over the place. So I'm just going to right click over it and go to Edge Mode. And I'm going to click and drag over all these edges and select them. And then I want to just go to click here where it says cut and sew and click move and sew. Let's see if I click sew, which is Shift S, what that does. That's fine. Shift S will work too to sew them together. And then what I want to do is I'm going to click off. I'm going to double click this edge right here at the top of the gums. Let me see here. So edge mode. Edge. There we go. Double click right there at the top. And when I double click, it has an edge loop that goes down the middle of the top and down the middle there, right behind where the teeth are. I just double clicked it, and that's great. So with that selected, just like that, I can click here at the top, the very top here, this dark gray area of the UV editor, so that the edge of it turns white. Click right at the top, but I still have that edge selected, that edge loop, and I'm going to do a Shift X. That will cut that. That will cut those UVs right along that line. That was Shift and X. And I can follow suit, like if I were to take this here now, and I were to go to UV shell mode here, and I select this UV shell. Did it cut it? And if I go to Command U, what's it going to do? Command U should unfold. It didn't do it. What the heck is the problem here? Edge mode. Okay, I've got it selected there. I click here in the top of the UV editor. I go Shift X. Let's see, Shift X. That should work. There we go. Now I see that that orange line became a white line. I did a Shift X, that cut it. And let's go back into UV shell mode. Here on the right, I'll select that shell. There we go. And I can hold Alt and select the other shell. And again, right here in the top, I'll select the UV editor and Command U or Control U if you're at home on a PC. Did it do it? Let's see. Go to Modify, Unfold. There we go. And I did that, and it's got all twisted. Command U. That's weird. Not exactly what I expected. Yeah, let's see, I'll go to Modify. How about Optimize? How about V? Now that didn't work. That's okay. Hopefully it'll work for the rest of them. Okay. So, if I go here into edge mode again, and I will go ahead and double click this one. I'm trying to find edges that will go all the way through. That one. I go to Shift X. So I double clicked on an edge and it goes all the way around the tooth. And I can do that here. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna do a Command S real quick and close Maya. Maya's acting a little weird on me. And I'll restart. Okay. Why is it acting this way? All right. Command X. Oh wait, that was, excuse me, Command Z. Ah, shut up. Freaking Maya.